Brian Kelly has been a frequent guest on the show. It's a pleasure to welcome the Notre Dame football coach back on. Obviously, these circumstances are unusual, unprecedented for all of us. And, Coach, everyone's got a story as this became something that quickly morphed into something we've never experienced. How did you and your team kind of process it before everybody went their separate ways?
Well, you're right, Scott. I mean, we're all trying to figure this out. 30 years of being a head football coach, I thought I had the manual written and read.
Right.
But no, that's not the case. So we're all trying to figure it out. I think one thing for certain is player safety, student-athlete safety, staff, support staff, making sure that, first and foremost, that everybody is healthy and safe. You know, we're student athletes. You know, where's the education piece come in? And our football coaches took off the football coach's hat and put on the academic support hat. And it's been challenging, but it's been fun in that respect, too, because it's been something different.
We all understand the bigger concern here is this pandemic. But again, we're a sports show, you're a football coach. And my guy Stanford Steve told me an interesting story when he was playing at Stanford, that the guys who'd stay on campus during the summer were always way ahead of the guys who'd gone home during the summer when camp began. Well, now everyone's gone. So when we finally get back to it and you finally start trying to ramp up and catch up to the spring ball that you missed and all this and that in the summer, how big a challenge, Brian, do you think it'll be to get everybody where you hope they might be?
Well, I was listening to your segment earlier with Rob Manfred. I like double headers. Why not? Let's do double headers in college football. Maybe, 2 games a week. Look, there's going to be a date where we all, as college football administrators and coaches, come up with a date where, from a player safety standpoint, we have to say this is the date that we can live with to get these young men physically conditioned and ready to go into camp.
Do you have an idea when excuse me for interrupting, but I'm wondering, what's that milepost in your mind? What's that look like? What would it be?
To me, I think July 1. I mean, if you can't start training your football team by July 1, you're going to need at least 4 weeks. Strength and conditioning coaches are going to want 6. Sports medicine is probably looking at 4 to 6 weeks. I think the realistic goal here is minimum of 4 weeks of conditioning before you put them in camp. College football is going to be affected if we're not playing in 90 days in terms of the conditioning element in getting these young men ready.
Lifeblood of college sports is recruiting. The old line, if you don't, it's like shaving. If you don't do it every day, you look like a bum. How are you all able to recruit without the ability to see people, without the ability to have them on campus? What's that look like?
Every recruit is very popular right now because coaches have plenty of time to be on the phone, to be using FaceTime, all the social platforms where you can get out. We're being so creative with our graphics. You're getting a lot of traffic right now. And so I feel for the young men that are in this recruiting process right now. They probably are sick of us already, and we've only been at this for a few weeks. We've got to be careful as well. I mean, we've got to have some semblance of normalcy here pretty soon when it comes to recruiting, because right now it's unlimited in the sense that you can be on the phone and in a sense that you can make that one phone call, but they can get back to you every single day.
I bet you're turning those low 3-star kids are going to be walking around thinking that they're the best thing that's ever lived. I understand that it's necessary to do. And look, it's necessary for me to close with this. I'm asking every guest we have on just how you are. I mean, this is something we've never dealt with. You and I have known each other a long time, and I appreciate the football piece. But, I mean, you got a life, you got people, you got family, you got kids, the whole bit. How are you guys doing? You all right?
We're not out. We're being very careful. Other than me doing this interview, we've tried to do everything on social media as well. But we're being very careful about what we do because, it's still about our family and the health that we have. But, we're not taking guests over the house. We're being very careful in terms of what we do. And I'll tell you what, it's kind of nice as a football coach that's been in it for 30 years. I've seen a lot of my family, and it is kind of nice that we're being able to take advantage of this time to be with our families.
Make the best of it. So, listen, kind of you to come out of the house, and our social distance is kept here. We're good, but it's good to catch up and stay well until we talk again. Let's hope that we're talking football come the summertime, all right?
Thanks, Scott. Thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.